Hi, my name is Oscar and I'm a scientist. In this channel we talk about green cards where you can self-petition. You can do it without a company sponsoring you and even without a lawyer if you don't want to hire one. Today we're going to cover the monthly Visa Bulletin for July 2023. This bulletin is the method that USCIS and the Department of State use to convey the message of what is the waiting time for each of the green card categories. So let's take a look at the screen and let's see what the new bulletin will say. If you are familiar with this, basically you always have the current Visa Bulletin for the current month, and we're still in June, we're starting June, and you also have, typically the first or second week, you will have the upcoming Visa Bulletin, so you know what is going to be the situation in the following month. Okay, this is going to be a pretty short video, I have to say, because there's not a lot of news. That's the bottom line for this update today. Okay, so what I did is I opened June and July in separate tabs, and we're going to move from one to the other and see what is the difference. I'm also going to explain briefly what this means, what the Visa Bulletin means. Okay, so let's go to table A, final action dates. All right, so June. The situation in June for the EB1A, the EB1 category, was current for most months, and we had a little bit of a backlog, 1 year and 4 months of backlog for China and India. So let's see what happens with this EB1 category in July 2023. Well, in July 2023, if we go back and forth, we see that there is absolutely no difference. And EB1 continues to have exactly the same dates on the Visa Bulletin. What does a C mean in the Visa Bulletin? It means current. That means that everyone can send their adjustment of status package and it will be accepted. So you can even do it concurrently. You can do it at the same time that you are filing your I-140. All right, if there is a date, that means that you can only apply for adjustment of status when your priority date, which is the date you submitted and USCIS received your I-140 package, when that date is before the date listed here. So for example, if you are from China and you want to apply for adjustment of status on an EB1 petition, you need to wait until your priority date is before February 1st, 2022. Like I said, nothing has changed from June to July. Okay, let's now take a look at the EB2 category, which is the second row here, and that includes EB2 NIW, that other category where you can self-sponsor. You can be your own petitioner without having a company sponsoring you, and if you choose to, you can even not have a lawyer and just represent yourself. So the situation for EB2 was that for most countries, the date on the Visa Bulletin was February 2022. And then China and India had longer wait times. In fact, a few years of wait times, particularly India. You see that 12, 13 years. So if we move from June to July, what we see is that nothing has changed. I'm going to do it quickly so you see how nothing has changed in the priority dates. Absolutely no movement. Now that we have seen these EB1 and EB2 categories, let's discuss what is the implication of this. What does it mean for you? Well, what it means is that things are stuck, are not moving. It is good that they are not going back, they are not retrogressing. If you want to know what retrogression really means, I have a video that you can go and watch. But basically, we never want those days to go back. That means that the wait times are getting longer. But we also don't want the dates to get stuck for many months, because that effectively means that nothing is really moving. And when things don't move for a few months, that effectively means that things are getting slower. Okay, so what we would like to see is these dates move forward at least 1 month every month. That would mean that they are moving at the same pace as the time moves for the rest of the universe. However, that is not the case. So So this is not good news. It's not terrible news, but it's definitely not good news for particularly EB2, where most countries are not current. For EB1, we see, and again, we can see it on my screen here, we see that most countries have a current date, and that means that if you're applying for EB1A, for example, you can, unless you're from China or India, you can submit your I-140 and your adjustment of status at the same time or at any time after that, okay? So much better situation for EB1 than EB2 NIW. That's why I really encourage you that if you think you qualify for EB1, go to eb1greencard.info, get all the information there, and start preparing your petition, because you should target EB1 and not EB2. If you meet that higher standard, EB1 is a higher standard. You can go also and watch this introduction video that I have, that I leave a link here, to understand those requirements. It's a much stricter standard to meet, but if you meet it, you see that the Visa Bulletin will really, really benefit you, and you will get your green card much faster than with an EB2 NIW. Okay? All right, so if you are interested on any of these two green card categories, EB1 or EB2 NIW, then I have two websites for each of those, eb2niw.info or eb1greencard.info, where you can find sample petitions with all the required documents so you can understand how you need to craft your own case. If you need a little bit of extra help for EB2 NIW, I have an online course that is really useful. And for EB1A, I'm almost ready to release that course as well. So soon you will see the news, and you're welcome to use those resources. If you are a do-it-yourself petitioner, that's really the place where you can start understanding everything much better, so you are in a position to really go to the USCIS officer with your case and really convince them that you are indeed deserving of this merit-based green card petition, green card permanent residency that will allow you to stay in the US forever, as long as you're still doing what you say you would do, and without having to worry about visas and all those things, losing your job and everything that all immigrants that have been in the US, we unfortunately are very aware of. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you for your support as usual. Thank you for being there, for subscribing to this channel, for going to my websites and taking a look, and for spreading the word, spreading this channel with others. I will see you in the next video, and as usual, good luck with your green card journey.